I've made some pretty poor decisions over the course of the past 12 hours. So here I am. It's your boy. Quick snapshot. Alright, there we go. I'm with my third colony on my third day of data collection. And it really, today has been a shit show, man. So I just finished collecting actually. And we're gonna, you guys are gonna be coming with me back to the fucking, it shouldn't be that long of a walk, because I only walked literally not even a minute off the trail. That's because that's where the first ant colony I found was. But so I'm gonna be walking you guys through my decision making of today, because I need to do some reflecting, because I know I've made bad decisions, and I kind of, look how fucking filthy my boots are, bro. We're not locked in. I mean, we're locked in, but we're not locked in at all. So, put my stuff in my bag. Oh my god, I left my fucking bag on the leafcutter ant trail. Alright. So, I'm gonna, I don't know, put you guys down there while I fix my hair a bit. So, I woke up today at 8 in the morning. And that was my first issue. Was because the night before, I was recording my rambling video last night. And I didn't stop recording until 12:30. So I didn't actually go to bed until 1. So I didn't go to sleep till 1. My first problem. I was up probably too late. And I think I probably could have just not done that, I think. I think that was a bad decision. In hindsight, I feel like I should have known it then, because I knew I was gonna need to get up early today. That was my first bad decision last night. My second bad decision last night, I don't know where my headlamp is. I don't know where my headlamp is, so I had to walk from the lab to my room in the darkness, and I was scared I was gonna get bit by a fertilized or some snake and die. And my phone, it was also at 6%, because I was recording for half an hour instead of walking back to my room. So my phone died while I was walking back to my room. Also, there's a cool hole there, but I'm not going down. Did I even show it? I can't see. So yeah, what was I was talking. I'm hoping it doesn't rain either, because I don't know where my headlamp is. So I don't know where I could have lost it, because I don't know. So I had to walk back to my room. I had to cross the big bridge all by my lonesome in the dark. So I was scared I was gonna get bit by a fertilized and die, because and then I don't know, man. That would have fucking sucked, I guess. And so yeah, I'm not in the right headspace right now. So yeah, that's where I went wrong. I went to bed too late, and I didn't have an alarm, so I didn't wake up until 8 a.m. And breakfast here is served from 6:30 to 8. So my first bad decision was, of today. Actually, no, I made bad decisions today, because it was past 12:30 that I made those bad decisions. Anyways, I'm very jumbled right now. I'm discombobulated. So, and then after I woke up, I missed breakfast because I woke up too late. And then I was talking last night about how I've been drinking a fuck ton of coffee. I didn't grab a single cup this morning. That was also another bad decision I made. I didn't have any coffee. So I was really tired. And then my other bad decision is it started raining earlier in the morning. So I was I can't go out and get ants because it's raining right now. So I was I'll try to do some data analysis in Excel. And I think I did literally nothing productive. I was trying to figure out how to do this thing. I'm this isn't fucking working. Excel is a dog shit program. And I'm giving up. So I gave up, and then I started walking out to the trail. I didn't know which trail I was going to. I just went to a random trail. So, because I was like, I want to go down a different trail to see more of the forest. Another big mistake. I should have been looking for a colony that was easy to get to and not one that was like down a trail and that I had to go off-roading for. Because I was in a very cramped... I'll talk about it in a bit. So yeah, I was like, I'm going to go hike down a random trail. And then I was hiking for like 15 minutes and I found that colony. And I was like, wait, I don't actually have my forceps with me. And I'm not going to be grabbing these ants by hand. So I had to hike back and I wasted like 40 minutes because of that. Another bad decision. And then when I got back there, you know, it was going great. The first like 30 minutes were perfect. It was perfect. It couldn't have gone better, right? So I collected I got my minims. Those guys were easy fodder. I got my medias, easy, no problem, just grab the leaves. And I got the regular majors. And that was all perfect. And then I had to get the soldiers, the biggest ants. And they only come out when you dig into the nest, and they come out to like stop predators from like eating all the brood. So another bad decision I made was I didn't bring a shovel. So I was using sticks I found on the ground to try and, you know, poke my way into the nest. But remember I told you it was raining this morning? All this dirt is like muddy and it's clumped together. And it's not what like using a blunt stick is not the best for getting through this kind of terrain or this soil. It was not working out well. So I was doing that, and all that ended up happening was all the sticks just kept breaking. They were not going through this dirt. The sticks just kept breaking. I was like, fuck my fucking chud life. You know, what the fuck am I doing right now? I'm in like this tiny area. I have to crouch like this. I was like posted up like this multiple times because I had to step over the trail. And I was like crouched low because I was under a bunch of plants. And like, it was really cramped space. I should have chosen that colony. Number 1, cramped space. Number 2, shit soil that I couldn't really dig through effectively. I just fell in the fucking mud. I'm hungry. That's not relevant, but I'm fucking starving. And so yeah, I'm losing my train of thought so often, bro. I'm not blocked. I was talking about tight space by the ant colony. And then, so I was like posted up. 1 second, let's get a good angle. I was posted up like this with the ant colony between my legs. And I was like hovering over them because I had to grab these guys with forceps. And so I got this just like branch. There was a branch that fell and I just grabbed it. And I'm using like a branch that's like it has like an inch in diameter, and it has too big of a surface area to at the end to be effective at pushing through all the terrain. So I was just kind of like, I was like leaning on it. I was like getting like better footing. I was posted up like this, so I had the footing, and I was like just driving with my whole body weight, and it was not going in. So all that ended up happening was I just ended up fucking collapsing the tunnel, and I couldn't find my way back to it. So all the big ants were like, I shut their only way out to get to me, and I tried walking around, and the only other entrance to that colony I could find was under a fucking fallen tree. So I'm like, alright, I'm locked in. I've already got all of these ants, you know? And I fell into the sunk cost fallacy. I should have just released them, you know, called it quits, and then found the colony like right next to the station, not in the woods. So that was another bad decision I made. And then so I'm not even joking, for like an hour I'm trying to get just these ants. I got all of the other ants in like 30 minutes maybe. 45 ants, 30 minutes, that's pretty good. That's like an ant and a half every minute. But I spent a fucking and then I fell off. I went to like an ant every 4 minutes. But it was like, I didn't even get like all good super majors, because the way that these ants work is their casts are defined on a continuum based on the width of their head. So I had to settle for a bunch of really small soldiers. And since I'm not measuring them, these guys actually could just be regular majors. But I don't think they are, because they have hairier heads. and the soldiers have hairier heads. So I'm pretty sure these guys are just smaller soldiers. But like, another bad decision. I made that one like 20 minutes ago, and then also I misplaced my foot, and I showed the video of like that massive like ants and all their leaves. And like the thing is, also since I collapsed the tunnel, none of the ants can get back. So there were a bunch of ants coming back from walking, and there's a pile of leaves, and there were so many fucking ants, and none of them were the ones I needed. And I was not having a good time. And then I'm like, you know what? I'll go sample the soil. I'll go get the pheromone dirt. And the thing is like I just mentioned, it rained, so all the soil was muddy as fuck. So then my hands got fucking filthy. Like I'm talking straight filthy. And when I was grabbing the soil, I left my backpack. Because originally it wasn't on this trail, and it wasn't on the pavement, or on the path. And it was just like right next to me. And then when I was going to get the dirt, I left my backpack. When I came back, it was also fucking covered in these ants. And I was so fucking pissed off. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I had to like shake out my bag, and there were a bunch of ants crawling on me because I put on my backpack. And I didn't notice, and I started getting bitten, and they were all under my shirt. And I was like, brother, I don't think it could be going any worse if I wanted it. So that happened. And, I don't remember where I'm going with this. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I told you I'm not locked right now. So that's when I got bit by all the ants. And then, when I was getting bit by all the ants, I had to take my shirt off so I could brush all the ants off my fucking chest because they were all over me in my back. And when I did this, I put my pair of forceps down and my backpack back down. And I put my forceps on a log. And I put my backpack next to the log. When I was taking my shirt off, my backpack like leaned over the log and it was covering the forceps. And I didn't notice, and I forgot where I put the forceps, so I spent like 15 minutes looking for my forceps. And I saw like 3 of the big super majors, and I was like, I was like, it's so over. I'm like, my study's over, significance none. Like, I fucking suck at this. And I was like, I don't know what I don't remember. So yeah, and then I found my forceps for like 15 minutes, and I was like, oh my god. And keep in mind, it's like, what time is it? I don't know what time it is now. But, it's like, I've probably been out and about for like an hour at this point. And usually it took me like 45 minutes to finish collecting my other 2 times. So I'm already like I'm already taking 33% longer. And I don't even have half of the big ants. And I've already collapsed the tunnel. I can't find them. So it's like, I didn't finish. I was out for like 2 hours today. And like an hour and like a half or something was spent looking for the big ants. Yeah. So yeah. And then when I finished getting all the big ants, I was like so hyped that I forgot about the giant massive ants. So I went to go, like I was stepped to go put my I have like these like little jars that I'm putting all the ants in before I get back to the lab. So I stepped over to put that in my bag, and like I really hate to say this, but I had 2 of them out, so I put the one with all the big ants in there. Perfectly fine, right? We're locked. And then I go to grab the other jar. And this is full of all the minims, which are like 2 millimeters or some fucking bullshit. So these guys are tiny, but they're easy to catch because they're really slow. And then I go to pick up the jar. Another bad decision. I picked it up by the lid. And I didn't screw the lid on all the way, so I just ended up taking the lid off. And like 8 of them got out. And I was like, I just sighed. And like, I was like, and I got them all back in like 3 minutes, but it was like, that was not something I wanted to be doing. So yeah, and then I got all of my minims. And then, keep in mind this whole time, another bad decision. I was thinking about this earlier, but I didn't do any research on if I could or couldn't bring soap, shampoo, and bug spray through TSA. So I got them, but they were all too big. So my bug spray, my soap, and my shampoo all got confiscated. And I was like, fucking whatever, I'll just get some. Because also we're stopping by a supermarket on the way to our stations, right? On the way to the first station, I slept through the supermarket stop. I was fucking tired as hell. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll just get it. I'll keep using the hotel soap and shampoo. And then by the end of the first station, I ran out. And I was like, okay, we're gonna stop by the supermarket on the way to the second station. But there was a fuck ton of construction, and the press was like, we're not stopping by the supermarket. We have to get to the station. So I went with like no soap or shampoo for like 6 days in like the dry forest in the tropics. So it's like it was like 100 degrees every day, and it was fucking rough. And I smelled like shit. My hair was a fucking mess. And then we stopped by the way to the third station. I finally got my soap and shampoo, but I didn't get bug spray because I was like, I haven't been getting bitten by many mosquitoes. But now I'm realizing it's because all the times I was out, I was with a bunch of other people and they were getting bitten and not me. Because now I'm being fucking devoured by mosquitoes. And I have so many fucking bug bites and I'm crouching over these ants. This has been the same thing for the past 3 fucking days. I'm crouching over these ants and I see these fucking mosquitoes are lighting me up, bro. I'm getting exsanguinated. Like, I'm not even joking. But, it's like, yeah. And then I get my ants, I put them on my bag. And then when I go to walk out, I step in the giant pile of ants. And they all crawl on my boot, and I'm shaking my boot, and they're not fucking coming off. So I have to grab the bottom of my filthy, muddy boot with my mitts, and I take it off, and I start slamming it against the tree to try to get all the ants off. And then I put my boot back on, because I don't see any more ants. But there's like